Welcome back to Trust All Truth. This is Emmanuel here, and we've got one more video to talk about abortion. I want to let it be known that obviously abortion is not a new concept, a new idea. Throughout time, it has been performed by the women themselves, and in dangerous ways, in dangerous environments where it's more dangerous to themselves. It's been performed at the hands of a male figure that didn't want to have a baby. It had been performed at the hands of the parents of the daughters that they didn't want to have a child. Boyfriends, brothers, family, people outside, people evil that just wanted to kill the baby inside of a pregnant woman. All these things, the murder of the child, the intentional elimination of the life of an unborn child is an abortion in any way. And for those of you that say, oh, well, I listen to scientists, well, believe it or not, the scientists agree with my statement that an unborn child at any point in time after conception is a human. It is written in legislature, which should be you defining no sort of marks when it comes to those sort of things, since you accept that it's illegal. It is now legal to have an abortion in the Western world, where it is legal to have an abortion, but also the scientists believe that that is a life. The same experts that you claim that say it's not a life are the ones that are actually, no, they acknowledge it's a life. They're just willing to let you as a woman have that choice to eliminate it when you decide to. They're giving you an exception to a rule that everyone else has to follow, which is do not murder, which is a crime punishable by death itself or prison time. And the people that perform these acts, whether it be the mother, whether it be the father of the child, whether it be the doctor themselves, whether it be anyone that contributes to the death of an unborn child, they are now a murderer. Scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. Let me use this as an analogy if you still don't understand. Abortion is not new. They used to be called forced miscarriages, which is not. The mother will always have a choice whether or not she wants to have a baby, to let it live out its life naturally or kill it. What has happened over time is the accessibility of the choice to abort. It has become safer to do so. It no longer has as many risks to the mother as it used to because it is performed legally and or clinically. We are trying to lessen the risk of fatality for the mother while allowing her to eliminate the life of an unborn child. Why do we care about the comfort and the risk of an active murderer, no matter the method they are choosing to use to kill? When we consider the worst murderers of the world, the serial killers, the spree killers, do we consider the method of which they killed someone, or do we consider the act of them killing someone itself? If it's the most brutal murder, the victims are dead. If the victim is unconscious and they're killed, they're dead. If the victim is on drugs, choked out, you name it, any of these forms of murder can result in the death of a human, a person, a life. Now, my question to you is, considering that we've established that abortion is murder, why do we make it so accessible for not just women, but women that force women, for people, not just women, but for people that force women to have an abortion? Why do we make it so easy for them to hire a hitman or to do their bidding for them? So if you're asking someone to kill it for you, you're not doing it yourself. You're putting the risk on someone else. You always have that life risk of your own. But you asking someone to take the life of a person, paying them money or a service, or someone else is paying someone to kill someone for you. So that thing that is killed will no longer be something you have to think about, or something that will no longer be relying on you. That's a hitman, right? Legally. You're hiring someone to kill someone that you didn't kill. And those people get put in jail for murder for hire, conspiracies, right? Even for planning to kill someone, these people potentially get put in jail. Fine, all these things. So do we really want to talk about legality here and science when all these things align with my view rather than yours? Okay, let's continue. And technology, right? The main reason the most explicit reasons, the most reasonable reason is it's going to affect my body, right? The women's body. It's inside the baby. It's inside their body. They are currently the only thing that can incubate a baby from the time of its conception to its birth. However, and that's what we consider that's what a lot of these women consider when it's viable outside the womb. Right? That's what legislation is trying to change. That's what the conservative Republicans are trying to change. Like, well, if it can't last outside, we'll give it so this many weeks and then you can have abortion. We're going to do no late-term abortions, right? Trying to satisfy some idea when any death to an unborn child is death regardless. Right? However, with technology, soon enough, the technology for viability outside the womb, right, is going to be far superior in the future. And then, what will you say then? Oh, that's what we did back then. Right, but does that make it, when we look at our past, when we look at the history, the things that they do in the past that were so wrong and egregious to human society, do we compliment those things, or do we degrade every one of those actions? We can have an understanding for what is wrong without it ever being right to do so. Slavery was once legal. Their own autonomy, their own life was removed from them, and they were forced to do things they didn't want to do. Was that ever okay? But it was legal for how many years? Centuries, millennia, throughout time. Was it ever okay to make someone a slave, although it was legal? Legality does not always equal morality, and if your moral code is fluctuating, then you are not objective in morality, and you cannot be trusted to make decisions for the future. Because if your understanding makes you tolerate evil, you're contributing to evil, correct? Why not live our life as we want the future to be, instead of waiting for someone else to create that future? And hey, since you want someone else to do it for you, you don't want to do it for yourself, why are you killing the people that could possibly make it happen? You want to put off the work to someone else because you're too lazy to implement these changes yourself. You want someone else to do it, right? You say, oh, it can't be me. It's not going to be me. So you're waiting for someone else. Why are you killing someone that could potentially make that change? Right? Killing these lives of these unborn children. Don't know. Eliminating a possibility. They could have been the greatest mind. We don't know. That is absolute. That's why we analyze choices before we make them. We see the outcome of every decision. I'd like you to send this to every woman you know. And I'd like those women that have had abortions to tell me how you are today. What has changed in your life that is so far superior because you had an abortion? right? What? Do you have your life? Was your life threatened? Right, but also look at the technology today, where we can now remove a dangerous infant, an infant that is dangerous to its mother. We can remove it early, and its viability is still, you know, is still there. It can survive outside the womb. 4 months, a baby has been able to withstand the environment of the earth with help of doctors. Modern day miracles. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? You give me all the excuses. Tell me something I'm missing. What am I missing? I want to know. I'm not asking this because I want to learn. If there's something I'm missing, which I'm open to learning that, what I'm missing, something I'm not considering. But if I've considered it, I'd like you to listen to me as well. I want to listen to you though. Give me your thoughts.